What is up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying Homelander's release in Mortal Kombat 1 just as much as I am. I might make a full tutorial at some point, but for anyone just starting out who wants to know how to hit for the big damage, regardless of meter or cameo, I basically have the sauce for you right here. So if you're not aware, Homelander has this float special move. He can cancel it off of any of his ground cancelable buttons and strings, just like any other special move, right? Your first instinct when trying to find BNBs with this character might be to, just do a string into his grounded launcher, into, air string, come back down, whatever, right? That's not really what you want to do at all. Off any of his ground cancelable strings, you have enough advantage to go into the float and link, right? So you might think like, oh, you want to do like jump 1 or jump 4? No. Those just add scaling to what the actual optimal route would be, which is to just float and then instantly do back forward 2. Here, let me turn my inputs for a second so you guys can get a good visual. What you're going to want to do is off any of your ground strings, float and instantly do back forward 2, 1, right? So that's the first step. You want to get this down. And getting an instant it is pretty important in both parts, because if you take too long to do it, you might miss your chance and go over them. You do have to buffer the whole thing pretty quickly, but it's not too hard at first. What's very important is the next part, which is probably executionally wise the hardest part of Homelander's meterless BNBs here. These BNBs are doing so much damage, by the way. I'm not even sure if Homelander wants to spend bar in combos, or if he's just basically going to save that for zoning or armor or something, stuff like that, right? What you're going to do after you get that back forward 2 engine up 1 is you're going to want to always go into back 2-2. This is his most damaging cancelable string at 78.50 base damage. And after you do that, you're going to want to do the exact same cancel you did before and do another float back forward to 1, right? So all in all, together should look like this, right? And you'll see that the second one launches them. Now, this is why it's very important to get the second back forward 2-1 as quick as possible, because you can actually get another back 2-2. And what you're going to do is juggle that back 2-2 and then finally cancel that into your ground launcher of back forward 2-1 on the ground. So that'll look like this. And after you do that, it'll instantly let you cancel into your float buttons, because you're limited to one use of that ground special launcher into whatever you want. And you might think like, oh, do I want to do an air string? Do I want to do jump-ins? What you're going to do at this point is you're just going to instantly do jump 4, back 4-2-1 again. And I can't say for sure if this is the corner optimal as well. I've literally only really been testing with this. So here's what that will look like. Alright, so you want to do it as high as possible so you have as much advantage, because the last part of the combo you're going to do is just a single back 2 into back 4-2, 2. This really fast grab ender does a base 9% damage. Unfortunately, you can't get the other 9% of it as there's just a little too much startup to it. But all in all, the route will look like this. So now that we've established the actual combo theory itself, here are examples of that exact same theory applied to basically all of Homelander's strings. If you're still trying to figure out which cameo to use and haven't figured out exactly how to synergize your cameo very well with Homelander, and you just want some high damaging combos off your ground strings when you're not zoning with lasers and stuff, I hope you enjoyed this guide. I'll try to make more Homelander content in the future. I might be a little slow just because Final Combat is coming up and he's not even legal there, so I'm going to try to really lock in on my Sindel and try to do as well at the LCQ as I can. If you want more guides and more highlights, be sure to subscribe.